Pooh Shiesty's dad told on him already because they gave him a bond? What? Pooh Shiesty's father has been released from federal custody on bond amid his arrest for the alleged robbery and kidnapping of Gucci Mane.
We're following breaking news this morning. A federal judge has denied the government's request to revoke the release of Lontrell Williams Sr., the father of Memphis rapper Pooh Shiesty. After a hearing Wednesday, the judge ordered Williams be released, lifting any temporary stay that had delayed it. He's now set to be released from custody. Williams Sr. and co-defendant Rodney Big 30 Wright Jr. have pleaded not guilty in the Dallas studio kidnapping and robbery case involving rapper Gucci Mane. A jury trial for Pooh Shiesty and 8 others is still set for July 6.
No Rule 30s, no anything like that, right? We just gonna say that he told. Now, there's paperwork, and Wack put the paperwork out, so we're going to give credit where credit is due, where he does show that Pooh Shiesty Pops told. Even though Pooh Shiesty Pops definitely got bodies. You see what I'm saying? But none of that matters. Because part of what the internet missed, because we so forward to thinking about tomorrow that we forget yesterday happened, well, I'm here to kind of remind people that his pops already got bond. Roll it.
Investigative reporter Kayla Solomon joins us live from federal court downtown. Kayla, that hearing, in fact, just wrapped up.
Darcy, is actually still going on, heading into hour 4 at this point. But we were able to get a bond assigned for Lontrell Williams Sr., the father of Pooh Shiesty. The judge ultimately decided she's going to assign him a home incarceration, which she says is the strictest bond she can assign outside of giving him or granting him into federal custody. She said the only time he is allowed to leave his home is to attend his court dates in Dallas, where this case will ultimately be tried. And she said he'll be under electronic monitoring while this all plays out. Now, today was supposed to be a detention hearing for 4 of the 5 defendants who are being held in federal custody in Memphis. They're listed as co-conspirators in an alleged kidnapping and robbery that happened in Dallas back in January. Memphis rapper Pooh Shiesty, his dad, and other men are accused of kidnapping and robbing rapper Gucci Mane and others in a recording studio. In court today, federal prosecutors called up an FBI agent who was part of the Violent Crimes Division in Dallas. He walked through the accusations in the indictment and answered questions from defense attorneys. The judge ruled there is enough probable cause to move forward with the case. So then, again, at this point, it's unclear how late we'll go into tonight, but we do know that Lontrell Williams Sr., father of Pooh Shiesty, has been assigned home incarceration and cannot leave his home unless he's attending a court hearing in Dallas. We also know that 5th man, Corday Johnson, his detention hearing will be held next week on Tuesday. He was just assigned a public defender today. Darcy?
That is Fox.
If you ever wish payday came sooner, this might actually help. There's a banking app called Current with a bunch of useful features. And one of the main ones lets you access up to $750 of your paychecks early. If you switch your payroll over with Current, you get a full set of features like paycheck advance, fee-free overdraft, and the build card and more. There's everything in one app. I actually like that myself, which is why I partner with them. And right now, they're giving $75 to anyone who signs up using my link or scans the QR code on the screen. If you scan the QR code, it'll take you straight to the sign-up page, or you can create your own account. Just go through the normal sign-up steps, enter information, order your card. After you complete those steps, you'll see the option pop up to enter my promo code, which unlocks the $75 bonus when you switch your direct deposit. So make sure you go through the full sign-up process so you don't miss it. If you ever feel like managing money is stressful and tight sometimes, it's definitely worth checking out because that's literally what it's designed for. Now, I know what a lot of y'all are thinking. A lot of y'all going, oh, snap, Nash, you're right. So in Tennessee, a judge saw fit to grant him bond. Judge also saw fit to grant Big 30 bond, and Big 30 would have got bond in Dallas, but they're saying he's going to get $1 million cash or something like that, I'm assuming, and then he's going to take the money and run? Don't really make that much sense to me because the feds in the state can all seize your bank accounts. So if he has that $1 million just sitting there, y'all do know feds just lying and lazy as hell. But the feds said, hold on to Pooh Shiesty's dad. And they had did this. let's go down memory lane. In the United States District Court for the Northern District of Texas, Dallas Division, United States versus Lontrell Williams Sr., order on government's request to stay pretrial release order. Before the court is the government's notice of motion and request to stay pretrial release order, the notice docket number 9. The government states that it intends to file a motion to revoke the order releasing defendant Lontrell Williams Sr. Defendant on pretrial conditions, docket number 9 at 1. The government asked the court to stay the release order until its motion to revoke can be decided. Having carefully considered the notice, the court grants the government's request to stay the pretrial release order. On March 30th, 2026, defendant was charged by criminal complaint in the Northern District of Texas with kidnapping in violation of 18 U.S.C. 1201A and 1201C. See generally docket number 1. Defendant was arrested in the Western District of Tennessee and on the same day made his initial appearance before the United States Magistrate Judge in case number 226MJ 0007, WD, Tennessee. The government moved to detain defendant pending trial, docket number 6. The docket in that case reflects that after the hearing on the detention motion, the magistrate judge issued an order setting conditions of release, the release order for defendant, but the magistrate judge stayed the release order through Monday, April 6, 2024. The court orders that the release order as to defendant Lontrell Williams Sr. is stayed until such time as the court determines the government's motion to revoke the release order or until otherwise ordered by the court. The court further orders the United States Marshal Service to transport defendant Lontrell Williams Sr. forthwith to the Dallas Division of the Northern District of Texas, where he shall remain in custody, pending further order of this court. The government shall file its motion to revoke by August 13, 2026. Defendant shall file his response by April 20th, 2026. So ordered, signed April 3rd, 2026. So there you have it. His dad was already granted bond. His dad was already given a chance to take his ass home. What they were saying was they finna strap that damn thing on his freaking thigh I'm crying, on his ankle, and goddamn it, gotta sit his ass in the house. Only time he can come out is to go to court, and that's that. And the the feds are going to push the court date back because they got 96 gigs of new information, which breaks down to, I remember it correctly, 14,000 pages. So I hear y'all in the past stuff and everything. You definitely have to point that shit out. But as it stands right now, no. Can't do that one. You can, but you really shouldn't. Until we see it, can't really do that one. Because I think Pooh Shiesty'S dad has a hell of a case to beat. They ain't saying, oh, the dad coordinated the damn attack and all this shit because he called the studio, he went to Staples, he printed out a paper and all this shit, and the paper was the contract and all that shit. Let's say all of that is true. Let's say the dad had actually called the studio a bunch of times. If he's acting as a manager, isn't he supposed to? Or if his son's too busy, isn't he supposed to? So let's say that he did call the studio a bunch of times. That's not a crime. Let's say he did go to Staples to goddamn get a contract for Pooh Shiesty to sign. That's not a crime. Imagine if for Gucci Mane to sign. Imagine if Gucci Mane would have said, all right, you know what? I'm going to sign you out of that. And would have signed it with none of the alleged acts afterward. Would y'all have said that was a crime? I'm just saying, none of the shit that he did in my eyes are a crime. Now, him watching it, and I believe that he was supposed to report a crime and all this shit and everything from being, a source to the feds or whatever the hell. I believe that part does exist. But as far as the other shit, no, none of that is really a crime. Now, if they can prove that, oh, well, shit, they actually had decided, if he don't sign this, y'all gonna come through and rob it. Big 30, you gonna stand in front of the door like you trying to, play defensive player of the year and all that shit. Don't worry, I use defensive player of the year for a reason, because he just got state charges since Ben 10 opened his flap, like we told y'all last month. But now y'all about to start seeing is believing, huh? But the coordination is going to have to be proven. A lot of people don't want to believe this, right? And I get it. But we're in a time where education is being broadcast about how dirty the system is. So the feds have to prove everything they're saying. The feds got to do that. The feds have to prove this shit. If the feds can't produce a contract, then what? Who's to say? They can't produce it. Just saying. So as it stands right now, it's just a wait and see moment. But should other people get the bond too? Hell yeah. Shit, I'm just saying. Big 30 deserves a bond. He got a not a downward departure. He got that shit that Tory Lanez got in Florida. I forget what it's called, but it is what it is. So y'all let me know y'all thoughts on this one. I'm not calling him a snitch just yet because it doesn't make any sense. He was already granted a bond before. The feds decided to say we're going to use this rule for the state. For the feds to keep him in, and they've been battling ever since. And it looks like his lawyers won. What y'all want me to say? You want me to lie on him? But hey, click right here to see how Ben 10 flapping and yapping and all that shit actually got All-Star JR locked up, which we told y'all last freaking month. Now you can see to believe. Or click right here for the playlist and get you through y'all day. Man, this shit is crazy. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Y'all come back now, you hear?